the kidneys with the water. Now it's interesting because the great mother, one of the word names for the great mother is Echidna. You see in the book, you can get it in Greek myths, Robert Graves' Greek myths. One of the great mothers is called Echidna. And you get this word kidneys and stuff, which is supposed to hold water or whatever, the whole transformative process of the urine and all this type of thing. That is very important. And so they know it. They know that they can attack the kidneys, so they tell you all this bullshit about the high blood pressure. And my point here is that they had some, it's curious now. They don't put commercials on, if they're killing black people wholesale, why would they put commercials on TV? Telling black people about they need to go get tested for high blood pressure.
That's right.
And you already, a job well done, you already killing them. Why are you going to tell them to do this? Because it has nothing to do with that. It has something to do, and like I said before, the high blood pressure has to come on because with the arrival of the Kundalini Energy, the high blood pressure has to happen. Now this book here, to give you some information, because I've been talking about this since '99. But there's the book I talk about, I mentioned it. It's one of the most technical texts. One of the most technical texts. The book, Lillian Silburn's book, Kundalini Energy of Depths. In this particular book, taken from Sanskrit, this is one of the few books where they went in, State University of New York came in and actually translated the Sanskrit, and they say when your soul starts to rise and the Kundalini start to rise, the first thing that you're going to notice is going to be a pulsation of the heart. And so I talk about how my heart will speed up. I mean, I'll be running down the damn street, won't get nothing. No palpitation, nothing. Then I go lay down and the goddamn heart go crazy. Ain't that some good? That's a backwards, ain't it? I'm doing all kind of fast shit and nothing happened as soon as I lie down, but the goddamn heart got to jump out my chest. You know, that is the key. That is the first sign to your Kundalini rising. That is the first sign to the Kundalini rising to a certain level is the pulsation. And they talk about that in this particular book on the pulsation of Shiva consciousness. You know, now, very key. Now, I want to say this because there's sisters all over the country. And I just asking this question because sisters been calling me and saying that they feel like they're pregnant. Now I want to know, is any sisters are feeling like they're pregnant? I'm not talking about being pregnant, I'm talking about some of these sisters are 60, 50, 40, you know what I'm saying? Is anybody feeling like they're pregnant? I'm not talking, yeah. That is some kind of energy that's coming down right now. Giving birth to something that is probably something to do with your particular soul. Now, the key here is the pulsation of the heart is one of the keys, and when the pulsation of the heart kicks in based on the Kundalini energy rising, now you know the Kundalini energy is rising because Mount Etna is erupting. Mount Etna has been erupting for the last month. It started erupting in 2001, the millennium, July the 23rd, the summer solstice. And it's been erupting ever since, but it started back up. They got it under, you know, they had the little Sicilians didn't have to move or nothing, and basically they had an earthquake and the shit started back up. You see what I'm saying? So that is the Earth's Kundalini. That is the Earth's Kundalini. You know, that's very key. Anytime the whole volcano energy is the same thing that's going on inside of it. They got that thing up there. I was talking about they have special about the people in Hawaii. When the people in native Hawaii said, whatever you do, don't take none of them goddamn stones back to the state with you. You know, the lava after it erupts and makes these pretty stones, and the crackers going to grab them all up. And they say the crackers be hard-headed, and they take these stones back to the state, and they say that the state of Hawaii gets thousands of stones a day. Are people sending them damn stones back? They say, as soon as you get the stones, they say everything in your life start to fuck up, death, and they say a series of shit happens so bad until they say every day the Hawaiian government gets thousands of this lava, these stones, coming back in the mail. Are people all over the damn world hard-headed crackers? See what I'm saying? But the natives told them, if you take any of them stones, the goddess Pele gonna be mad as shit, and she gonna fuck y'all up. Hopkins talks about the earth, Kundalini Energy, as well as this particular book, Return of the Serpent of Wisdom. Return of the Serpent of Wisdom by Mark Amaru Pinkham. Excellent book. Dynamite book. Or must have. The Return of the Serpent of Wisdom. All the stuff on the serpent and stuff. Everything is in this particular book. Including a great Kundalini rising in America. They go straight to fucking America with this thing. You know, that's one of the keys to this thing. And they're talking about something inside of you. And that's what Homeland Security is about. Now, in this particular thing here, that energy is rising all over the planet. Right. Horus lifts up the serpents. Jesus lifts up the serpents. That's talking about the Kundalini energy. Now, going back, when the Kundalini energy rises, the blood pressure has to rise. But the key to the blood pressure is water. Water, water. You see what I'm saying? But yet they are giving you the blood pressure medicine, not only to say they're trying to, and then they tell you, you got this shit, you're going to have to be on it for the rest of your life. Ain't that a bitch? Not only is it to damn shut you down, it's to doggone shut down the shit on the dehydration level and stuff. And therefore, as a result, now people's kidneys is fucked up. Yeah. People are coming down and stuff. And now look, all you got to do is just backtrack. I remember we had a cousin named Gray Henry back in the 70s, and he was on dialysis, and motherfuckers, it was almost like this nigga had got this shit from Mars. It was so rare. He was on dialysis. Now, every other nigga is on damn dialysis. Right. That's right. Now, wait a minute, hold on now. Here it is, this was 1970. We was like, God damn, man. You done caught some shit from Mars. How your shit get fucked up like this? It was so fucking rare. You know what I'm saying? He was on dialysis. Now it'd be 40, 50 people in one block on dialysis. See what I'm saying? And we ain't figured this shit out now. Come on. All of a sudden now, this shit just started happening, just like the diabetes thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? When I was there, some little boy had it, they go, he got sugar. You know, he got sugar. That's what they say down south. Nigga got sugar. Then you had to be born with this shit. Then all of a sudden in the 80s, oh yeah, I got a little overweight, now I got sugar. See what I'm saying? It's no, you got a motherfucking doctor. That's the problem. The doctors. The doctors, man. That's why, what did they take? They said the guy that's taking his place, they said we need this guy that's taking Trent Lott's place because he was a surgeon for damn, what, 20 years? And he was a surgeon. They said, we need him for all the medical issues. Huh? Well, you know, fucking people up. You see what I'm saying? Fucking people up. Very key. Very key now. Then, you know, messing people up and stuff, you see. But the key here is this whole medical thing with the diabetes and also with the high blood pressure and all this kind of thing here and stuff, and the dialysis and all this stuff is based on the medicine. It's no different than the AIDS and all the other stuff they give you. You see, it's very key that you understand that. Very key. Another thing, this is going to be a kicker. Because I didn't know that it was as much as I thought it was, but I'm going by what the sisters say. I ain't going by what the doctor's saying. I'm going by what the sisters are saying in their 40s and in their 50s, that a lot of men that's in the late 40s and the 50s, goddamn we ain't working. Yeah.
That's true.
Damn tallywhacker done quit.
Tallywhacker.
Ain't working. But what the hell going on here? Now this is a key to this shit right here. So I had to break the mystery on this. You gotta understand this now. Now wait a minute, come on now. You know, what is it now? We know the whole Viagra thing with the white man and all this, but all of a sudden the brother's shit ain't working. But I had to trace this back because I did a radio. I was on the radio. Me and my brother was on the radio back in like '97. We did this radio program. My brother mentioned some shit that he had gotten based on some research, and now the stuff is all coming into play. And I get it now. The reason why the wee-wees ain't working is because of motherfucking underwear. The fucking briefs.
Thank you.
Because of fucking underwear. Now, the first thing you got to do here is, you should never sleep in them shits. Period. Not even the boxers. Now, you need to sleep nude every night. Tell me how this shit goes. Years of brother. First of all, this is the key. Now, I traced this back. My brother had done some research, come to find out that most of the drawers you wear, they put pork inside of the damn underwear. Ever heard this shit before?
Yes, I heard it. And polyester.
They put it in the polyester. They put also the pork, the Fruit of the Looms, and most of the briefs and most of the stuff you get. They put pork inside.
That's right. That's right.
You're dealing with the devil, guys.
They put pork inside. That's the key. I said, why would they put pork in them? See, it's all scientific. They study the black man. They know this type of stuff, and all of a sudden they got to balance this shit off. The shit ain't working because motherfuckers got on these goddamn underwear. If you gonna wear, first of all, if you gonna wear something, it should be oversized boxers, because them boxers can jam up some balls too. See what I'm saying? Oversized boxers. If you're gonna wear something, but it's much gone enough. But my point here is for thousands of years they never wore this shit. You understand what I'm saying? But I knew something was up because in 2001, when I started having this pulsation in the heart, I could not them damn briefs. I could not wear them shits whatsoever. I'd be goddamn downtown. I might take them shits and slice the whole fucking side out. Shit just stuck in and I had to cut the shit up and stuff. But especially in the new, you got to, if you're gonna do stuff, start sleeping in the new, you shouldn't, at least you shouldn't sleep with them damn drawers on, not even the fucking box. You got used to it, but them shits is hell on a pair of damn nuts. And what it is then I tell you, that's why your wee-wee ain't working. And it ain't working because it starts cutting down and stuff, and it's doing something with the flow of the blood. And so what's happening here is this thing is going atrophy after years of tight circulation. Now we already know that they said that the briefs had men sterile because of the heat and the cup and this stuff. It's already a lot of heat down there, and then the briefs would make the heat would not be able to escape, and it was having a lot of people being sterile, especially a lot of white men. You see what I'm saying? That was sterile behind this thing here. But the thing about this is, it's not only that, it's stuff is based on impotence too, is the fucking underwear. So this is things that you gotta understand what time it is. Now, going back, the high blood pressure, they're talking about, you got the goddess Echidna. Echidna is also known as a Melusine. Now here go this word Melusine is akin to melanin because also it's a mermaid type figure. A mermaid type figure. There's a book I was supposed to bring called Arabi's Clue. It's a book on symbology. But Melusines. And but Melusine is also an alchemical component, and what you're talking about, you're still talking about mystical forms of nothing but melanin. So it's a mystical figure, but when you break it down, it's talking about some stuff that's on the inside of you also. In so many words, going back to the stuff that's also called collars that's in the female's body, vaginal fluids and collars. Melusines, gunners, tanners, ruffers, shopkins, collars. There's a book called, this book here is probably one of the hardest books to get, The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real, which is a book that came out in 1988 by Peter Redgrove. You probably can get it for like $80 on the internet, because it's out of print, and the government ain't about to bring the shit back in print.
What's the title?
The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real by Peter Redgrove. By Peter Redgrove is his name. This is the book. They had a couple in the early 90s and stuff like that and all that, and a few people got it. Every now and then I can find them in used bookstores. But they do have out of print book search, like bibliofind.com and different ones. But this is the like the key book that they make sure that this don't come out, because it goes into all those particular what they call collars and the magic of the vaginal fluid and the different things is broke, the different things in the complex mechanism of the black female. Like one of these riddles that was given to Solomon. Now you know Solomon is nothing but Osiris. Shiva in here is Isis. These historical Abraham and all these motherfuckers never existed. Get out of that old shit. I hear some one man gonna have a whole bunch of goddamn people, or have a whole race of fucking people. You see what I'm saying? In the middle of millions of races already on the planet, and Abraham comes down into Egypt and shit. You see what I'm saying? But yet, Abraham can trace his shit back to Adam and Eve. Well, goddamn, well, who the fuck are the Egyptians then? Are they Martians or whatever? It's all a bunch of bullshit. You gotta understand, these are mythical characters that was later on historicalized. So Abraham, if you look at the word, if you trace it to India, it's Brahma. Look at the word Brahma, look at the word Abraham. Then you get the word Abra, that's a god in Kemet. Abra. And you're Ab, Ra, Ham. You see, and all, and it means the black hidden god. You see, these are metaphysical terminology and stuff later on historicalized by the Hebrews 700 years after so-called Moses. And motherfuckers really think this shit is God. I'll challenge anybody, but he come with this shit right now. Y'all want to challenge me on this bullshit. Because you got a whole bunch of niggas going around about Hebrews and like that shit is ancient and all that stuff. We got the origin. That ain't nothing but Akhenatenism. You can come on now. Goddamn it, come on with the shit now. We ready to go. You want to come with all this stuff here? You know, so we got, because we got that whole shit where you got whole Hebrew people, oppressing sisters. Got them all covered up now, like Muslims and shit. You know what I'm saying and all? And oppressing damn sisters and all. Get them up in there, tell them they Hebrew and shit. Get them, you know, and stuff. Oppressing sisters. So we know this type of thing. So those are not historical figures. Those are nothing but the same Neteru or the same gods that were in all ancient mythology that later on they historicalized. You're grown people now, go in the millennium, you still don't believe in it, just fairy tale. So Solomon is Osiris. And all you gotta do is just read, if you ever get Hebrew mythology, it's a difference. It's Hebrew mythology. There's the Hebrew myths by Raphael Paté. The Messiah text, Raphael Paté. Rappaport's book, the Legends of Israel. They got several Hebrew mythology before it was changed into historical. And you'll find out that Isis and Osiris is Solomon and Sheba. Now here's a good riddle here, that Sheba gives, let me give you this here, there's one in here that Sheba gives Solomon. She gives him a riddle. She gives him a riddle in this particular book, and it says, the Queen Sheba trivializing to learn the wisdom from Solomon. The non-biblical legends say that she was black and from Assyria, among the roads of the spices. And Patti, that's the same Raphael Paté I was talking about, got the book Hebrew Goddess, says that she was Lilith. And she had cloven hooves and hairy legs, and so was linked to the Sphinx. Now, she posed difficult riddles to Solomon. So Sheba, Queen of Sheba, also connected with Shiva, the Lord Shiva in India, all this shit is tied in. Sheba gives Solomon some damn rituals and fucks him up. She gives him some difficult riddles, say, solve this shit, nigga. And it says, some of them he was unable to answer. One of these riddles, so outrageous that he almost fell from his throne trying to answer this riddle. And so Solomon gave him the riddle. The question was, what is the color of God? The answer was, what is water that is neither in the air, nor in the river, nor in the ocean, nor in the rain? Here's the question again. What is water? What is water that is neither in the air, nor in the river, nor in the ocean, or nor in the rain? The answer to this is supposed to be the sweat of a horse's mane. but it is a double riddle for woman's love. The wetness that is not in the water, the water, are not in the rain, and not in the ocean, is the wetness between the thighs of Queen Sheba. So he got fucked up on this one. He said, where's the damn water that is not in the rain, not in the ocean? He got fucked up on this, and the shit was between her thighs. Now all of this here is not just a riddle, it's just some things that little people supposed to learn and you go run around. There was also talking about the sexual elixirs called collars, and getting bathed by the collars. Getting bathed by the collars and on this sexual, and all. And it's a faucet basically. When it turn on, goddamn it, shit. It'll wet your bed, the mattress, and go through the goddamn floor. I hope. So this book, the Black Goddess and the Unseen Real, this is one that they really don't put out. They make sure that this book is up. If you can get your hands on it, Peter Redgrove's book, Black Goddess and the Unseen Real. This is like one of the baddest books on the feminine aspect that you can get. It's real technical. You take your time with it, but it's one of the books it's one of the books that you can use for 20-something years. It's that packed with information. You see what I'm saying? So it's real technical. This is one, Black Goddess and the Unseen Real by Peter Redgrove. You probably can get it if you go to the internet and out-of-print book searches and stuff like that and all. Like I said, I find it at least once a year in out-of-print in bookstores and stuff. One brother bought it for $80 and received it in the mail on a Friday and took me downtown Philly, and I went in the bookstore and got it for $8. He's like, God damn. But Echidna, which is one of the other forms of the Great Mother, that has something to do with the origins of kidneys. So they're messing with the kidneys, and they're messing with the water. That's the key now. Echidna is also named as Tiamat, and Tiamat is in actuality the mother of Lavato, which is the entity that is on the scene now, the great dragon. Now, and the dragon you saw in the movie Rain of Fire that is on video. The key here is Echidna has something to do with the kidneys and has something to do with water. Now, this is very key. Now, go get the movie The X-Men, because that's all taken from esoteric knowledge. There's a book called The Morning of the Magicians, it is still in print. The Morning of the Magicians, it is still in print. Let's see if I can get a name of the, if I get a bibliography. You get a name. Y'all all right?
Yeah, man.
That's what you call it. Give me the Morning of the Magicians. See if I can get I think their last name is Powell and Berger. Anyway, it was a cult book that swept Europe in the 60s. Powell's, P-A-U-W-E-L-S, and Bergier, B-E-R-G-I-E-R, Morning of the Magicians is the name of the book. And in there they talk about, this book is all about a mutation of the human race. And they talk about it in the movie The X-Men, right at the beginning when it's first coming out. They talk about a mutation. It takes years for this to happen, but the actual X-Men with these extraordinary superhuman powers was in actuality what happens with melanated people. There's a mutation. Now this is very key, because what I'm saying is we are on the verge of some greatness, and we're not talking about no 10 years down the road. We're talking about you can track this thing, and we talked about this the last time, you can track this thing based on how much they're trying to dehydrate you. Now it's not by mistake that they had all these commercials on TV and shit on TV, especially here in Atlanta, about how the water is brown and how the water red water, and it's talking about the water brown and all this kind of thing here. And see, first thing people say rust in the pipes. I'm like, damn now. Nah. But sometimes the water just be clear and all of a sudden the shit just turn brown. Yes. You know, rust in the pipes is when the pipes ain't been turned on. But if you got a steady flow of water, you see what I'm saying? And all of a sudden you go to the back of the kitchen sink, which you run that all day, and damn, the shit turn brown. And that's because whatever it is some stuff that they put up in there to dehydrate people. But then again, we all know that sink water dehydrates you anyway. With fluoride and chlorine and all this kind of stuff they put up in there. But this is one of the mysteries, and this is one of the mysteries. I've been talking about this water thing for like 5 years now. Now, this is the mystery. This is the mystery. We're going to get into this book, this thing here. This is the book called Flying Serpents and Dragons, the story of man's reptilian past. Very key.
That's my
We're the motherfucking reptilians.
Go again.
Huh?
Go again.
Flying Serpents and Dragons, the story of mankind's reptilian past by R.A. Boulay. It's a hell of a name. Revised and expanded edition.
Write that down. I got to get that.
Serpents, Flying Serpents and Dragons, the story of mankind's reptilian past. And the other one is Return of the Serpents of Wisdom by Mark Amaru Pinkham. Mark,
Who's the author of that?
this one is by R.A. Boulay. B-O-U-L-A-Y.
Boy, we got to get that.
You know, now, what we're dealing with here is we're going to crack some mysteries on what's really going down. Because obviously, every year and every month, we see it over and over. When we pull the wool over all this stuff based on the medical aspect, it always comes back down to one thing: dehydration. It always comes back down to the motherfucker don't want you to get enough water. Now, let's deal with some things. So we know that your boy has been talking about the reptilians for years, and the reptilians is getting ready to take over. And he's not the first one, your boy, David Icke.
Yep.
He's not the first one. They've been talking about this reptilians coming to take over since the early 90s. But they used to call them draconians. Now, if you trace draconian was an ancient name for Egypt. We'll get into the life of Kenneth Grant in a few minutes and stuff. A vilified white man. They got a white man that they vilified. They hated. They hated his guts because he told the truth. Every now and then they get one like that and stuff. So he is like the social pariah of the occult. The persona non grata. And so, but anyway, so now, dealing with this David Icke, he's talking about reptilians. They're either reptilians or draconians, but the draconians are a group of people from Egypt of the Order of the Dragon. Very key, because we talk about this whole dragon thing with the lava dough. And I told you got to build you some altars and get you go to Spencer's is the place. Spencer's get you a good dragon. They got dragons all over. Every white people, they got dragons and all this shit. Get you some dragons. Because the dragon is the ancient symbol of black people. We're going to get into that in Alpha Draconis. That's the great mother. Now, key here is this. Now, try to understand this. We know that a baby is born. You can take a baby and you can have those babies underwater. You see them things where they have a baby and the baby's born underwater? So we know that there's a link to an amphibious, reptilian type of nature. We know that there's never been an ancient civilization in the black world that didn't flourish around ancient waterways. We also know that nowhere in this particular country, now, if you go to Long Island, she lives in Amityville, Long Island. Ain't that a bitch? Amityville, Harlem. She lives in Amityville, Long Island. I was up there stranded with 9/11, and I'm noticing they got the hood. They got the black people. You know, they got Hempstead. That's where Public Enemy and all the motherfuckers from. They got the hood in Long Island. Well, that's close to Temple Island, right? At the point in New York, they got the hood. So they got a black hood hood and shit, you know, and all. Her damn high school looked like a refugee camp to me. They got the hood in Long Island. And all the black people stayed on the side where the water ain't. This is amazing. I was like, goddamn, they got beachfront property. We talking about the Haplins is in Long Island. We talking about some of the richest crackers on the planet live in Long Island. And right there in Amityville, the black people stands and shit look like fucking Southwest Atlanta swats. But on the other side, it's oasis. And why is it that they make sure that black people don't stay near the water? One of the only places where black people had whole beaches was South Carolina. And they used to bust up in the house in South Carolina in the 60s and put the gun to their head and make them sign over the damn deed. And stuff like that and stuff. So it's interesting, they make sure that people don't, they make sure that black people don't live near the water. You see what I'm saying? And if they got too much water, let's make sure they keep them motherfucking niggas ignorant. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, here it is, Jacksonville, Mississippi. In the middle of tropical Florida, they pollute the St. Johns River because it's the only river like the Nile that runs upstream. But Jacksonville is mostly water. It's like people that live around a big lake of water, big, huge area of water. And all. So my point here it is again, is to keep black people disconnected from the water. Now, the ultimate riddle to this particular story, because I've been talking about this water shit for the last 5 years, at least since 1997. Water is the key. Now they got all these things on the internet, how people are curing themselves just by drinking an overabundance of water.
Thank you. Gallon of water, 2 gallons a day. You can do that, yeah.
Yeah, curing themselves. Overabundance of water. The water turns into a prism, and they're actually curing themselves. Now, check this out. Then it all came together because, you know, they told people not to drink the Coca-Cola after August the 26th or August the 27th, but it's interesting, but I'll go into that in a few minutes and stuff. But anyway, it's always some stuff about the water and dehydration. We know that we've been tracking, especially starting in 99 at this Kroger next door. They sell more sodas in that long than anything. And like I said, they bring in shipments, like they brought them in the helicopter of sodas during the summer solstice. You see what I'm saying? And the winter solstice. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is the key. Echidna is seen, which is a form of the Great Mother. She's seen in the guy named Carl Carini's book. He got a book called Gods of the Greeks and Heroes of the Greeks. In his book, Gods of the Greeks, Echidna is seen, here again, as a figure. It's a woman with breasts, and then she has a mermaid body. She got 2 fish legs. Look like 2 hooks. Looks like the fish hooks. 2 fish legs. Now this is interesting. Then they have the story of Melanin, which is another entity, a siren type entity that has fish legs. Mermaids, they call them mermaids, and they call them Melacines. This is what Echidna is, which is later on kidneys, is named after the Great Mother Echidna. Now you know in Hemmitt, they say we come from the primordial waters of noon, the celestial waters, the celestial ship of the Lord. That's the book. Okay? Now, but they show her as a reptilian, amphibious type of being. Now, in Carl Jung's book, Psychology and Alchemy, they show engraving of the Middle Ages given to them by the Moors of a picture of Jesus Christ standing on top of a whale, and he's fishing, and there's 7 round circles that he's pulling up out of this whale, and each circle got a head on it. The mystery here is that the great whale Leviathan, which is a form of lava dough, and Jesus is one and the same. Jesus is what? The fish. Leviathan is the fish. Well, here it is. We've already connected an amphibious type of element to Jesus Christ, since we love Jesus so much. And we know that the Dogon in West Africa, the Nomo, that is coming back, is a fish. And Robert Temple's book, The Sirius Mystery, shows you all this amphibious type of nature of the fish-like people. Now, we're looking at thinking literal fish people, and that's where we fuck up, and we can't draw the parallels. We are thinking, and that's what David Icke is talking about, some reptilian, literal fish-like people. But then again, on the other hand, he's saying that these people are the president and the actual humans. So he's telling the truth, but he's giving it to somebody else. Now, let me explain this to you. In so many words, this book is talking about man's reptilian path. What was the real reason for man's creation? Why did Adam lose his chance for immortality in the garden? Who were the Nephilim who descended from heaven and mated with humans? Now I want to get to the part where they're talking about a damn fish or whatever. So-and-so crystals, both heaven, gigantic stones. I don't know if you put it in the back of the book, but why did the ancient Sumerians call their major gods Ush-Magal, which means literally flying, great, flary, flying serpent? Now, we're talking serpents, we're talking fish, we're talking this amphibious type of nature. Now, let me break this thing down. It's not talking about literal fish as it's talking about this. It could have been talking about literal fish. Now, in a form of the past. Now, to break this down, what I'm saying is this. In our DNA and in our nation, now we know that our DNA has been changing because we had the sister from Detroit had been, she works in a lab, and she was saying they were studying the black DNA and they had these amino acids popping up on the DNA. They had these amino acids popping up on the DNA every day. That means that the DNA in black people was changing. It was changing into this new type of specimen. You see what I'm saying? This new type of specimen. It was changing. That's what the whole mutation process was in the movie The X-Men. Okay? Now, the key here is if we have some type of reptilian aquatic past, some amphibious past, and they know that the DNA inside of us is changing through the melanin, and they know this, that one drink of too much motherfucking water and you might have some type of another entity walking around this bitch. That's what they know. You get where I'm coming from here? Now think about what I'm trying to tell you here, because everything is based on dehydration and telling people to go and get the high blood pressure. Fuck it. Just food alone dehydrates you based on processed food. That's why everything that they got, that you remember now, there's no such thing. I go back now. There's no such thing as real food no more. I don't give a damn what nobody tell you. They ain't had no real food in maybe 10, 15 years. What I'm trying to tell you, all the food you get is cloned food.
Yeah.
Now I need to ask this particular question. And I talked about this before. If all of the doggone farms closed down and they got drought and they ain't producing nothing, why is it that on the shelves in the supermarket there's endless amounts of food? We're never out of food.
That's right.
Never out of food. Motherfuckers all over the planet can't get food, but Americans are never out of food. And you don't think it's nothing quick. Now come on now. Just think this damn minute. Now anybody know, and Negroes should know something about chicken. Now come on, let's think here for a minute. Now I'm not stupid, but anybody know that a chicken can only produce 2 wings. 2 right wings. Now, in the buffalo wing scenario, buffalo wing technology, if you get your 2 wings, You break off the drumstick, the little drumstick, the little drumette, and then you got this other little piece you break that off, and the other little tip of the wing you throw that away. So that means one chicken gonna give you 4 pieces of buffalo scenario. 2 wings equals 2 buffalo wings. The drumhead and the other, right? A bag of Tyson chicken wings, you get 50 motherfucking buffalo wings. That means you gotta kill 100 chickens for 1 bag of Tyson buffalo wings. It can't be done on regular scenario. You get where I'm coming from? Yes. We're not talking about 1 motherfucking bag of buffalo wings and they kill 100 chickens to feed 1 family. We talk about every supermarket. Let's go right to Kroger right there. They probably got enough buffalo wings in the Kroger across the street. You see what I'm saying? That they literally had to kill 10,000 chickens. Just for 1 supermarket. And that's just in the buffalo wing scenario. That ain't include the other shit they got. And all the chicken factories. My point here is overabundance of food. The food has to all be created. All of it. You see what I'm saying? There is no such thing as real food. You see what I'm saying? That shit's been gone. And every now and then on the Discovery Channel, they always come and tell you. They had one on there last week. Can we clone food for people to eat? They've been cloning food. They had 8 cows that came out at the University of Georgia. Summer 2001. 8 cows that they cloned. Big old grown ass cows. Cloned them in about 2-3 days. And, you know, started on a goddamn Monday, had their asses out there, eating grass on the fucking Wednesday. No deal. Just like a motherfucker baking some shit for Thanksgiving. They started on a Monday, they had them ready to goddamn for the camera on Wednesday. Alright. They said, well, this is for research for food. See what I'm saying? We ain't talking, I'm just talking about the chicken. We ain't talking about turkey. I remember growing up, you ain't having one kind of turkey. A turkey for Thanksgiving. That's right. And then you might get a little bit of sliced, white-looking turkey. But for the amount of turkey they got, with everything nice turkey, turkey bacon, turkey hamburger, turkey this, turkey that, honey roasted in smoke. That's a motherfucker right there. You see what I'm saying? Boneless turkeys. You see, there's no way. The food is unreal. But going back, all this shit is manufactured, and I bet at the heart of this shit is some kind of dehydration, because the key is water. You see, Dick Gray was talking about, you know, arthritis, water. Right. The bones don't get enough water. You see what I'm saying? Asthma, water. The lungs don't get enough water. But we're talking about an amphibious type people. See where I'm coming from? Go get the movie The Faculty. Remember the movie The Faculty came out in 1999? Yep, sure. And then the faculty took over the school, and what happened? They said, fuck all the food. One of them was alcohol and all that shit. The motherfucker had cases of water. And how did they kill the alien? They dehydrated them. They dehydrated them. That's how they killed the alien. Remember in the movie Signs that came out this summer? The movie, they both had killed the alien with water. But the little girl said, in the middle of the movie, that our water is contaminated. So they were sending a message on how you kill aliens, and we are the original people that came down here as aliens. You contaminate the water. So it wasn't water that killed the aliens. The aliens come from water. It was contaminated water. Now going back, because I want you to really drive this home. Because we are right in the middle of this thing. Now check this out, because we ain't got to go buy no ray guns and all kind of crystals and all kind of shit. It's all reduced down to one thing. Remember now, we're talking about a mutation that took thousands and thousands of years to happen, and we are now right in the apex of that time. Now, we're talking about a mutation. What we're saying here is, with the right adequate amount of water, your cells can mutate and you can turn into another superhuman being. You see what I'm saying? A superhuman being. And that's why they got to dehydrate you. This is some major shit that's going on here. You hear this thing here? Just simply with water. And remember, no other kind of liquid can do it but water. That's the only kind. That's the key molecule. And you got to go back and look at the movie Dune again. Go check the movie Dune out. They was talking about they got to drink the water of life. The water of life was nothing but water. That's one of the keys to the actual aspect of this thing. Very key that you understand that. And that's the whole thing with this whole blood pressure shit. It's just another form of dehydration. Another form of dehydration. As far as getting cured for anything that you can get cured for, you can do the shit with water. But what they're not telling you here is we have already made the metamorphosis. The metamorphosis has already taken place. It's been taking place. You know, very key. Now, let's go into some things here. Last time we talked, it was right on the heels of this shooter, John Muhammad, the guy, the sniper. And we told the people to go get the movie Liberty Stands Still. The movie Liberty Stands Still. Get the movie Liberty Stands Still with Wesley Snipes, Snipes. Everything is everything, goddammit. Everything is everything. That's the way the white man deals. He always deals with rituals. See if these niggas catch this thing. And in the movie, Wesley Snipes moves to Washington, D.C. and has a sniper gun, the same gun that John Muhammad has. The M16. He has the same gun, same bullets. Goes to D.C., starts shooting people. Got a black person that's his accomplice. Right there in the movie with him. And we talked about how his name was Joe, J-O-E, Joe, John, and E stands for Elijah because the Hebrew word for Elijah is, the Hebrew word for John is Elijah. So John Muhammad means Elijah Muhammad. Now where does this all come from? It all stems from, if you got to go back, because see, they never forgive you for shit that happened. Apparently, and it's all in what's called, and not only, it's recorded in the theology of time. And the thing where it said in Washington, D.C., they gave Elijah Muhammad a motorcade congressional parade.
That's right.
In 1955, 1954, 1955, a congressional parade in Washington, D.C. Same crackers now. And because what it is this here. When one comes up that they know might be the one, the first thing they do is try to embrace him.
That's
You
right.
see, this motherfucker gonna be for us. You see what I'm saying? You see, they try to embrace him and stuff like that. No? That's why let's get Tiger Woods in our corner. Snigger Woods. Snigger Woods. Snigger. You know, this motherfucker don't want to be black. So first thing they do is they embrace him. Let's get him in our corner. All right, now check it out. They give him a motorcade because they thinking this guy, he got some stuff. Now the reason why they know he got some stuff, because what happened, the true story is Master Muhammad was, in the 1930s, they sent all these white corporations, these white groups, got money together and sent for all kind of mystical masters from the East. They got people from Yogananda, all these people that came from the East to teach them in the 1930s. And especially out in California, you had a lot of these people. They imported Master Muhammad to come to California to teach a bunch of white folks. They got brothers from Morehouse College that's got photographs. They did further research in the early 90s. They got brothers from Morehouse College that even showed him actually teaching these white folks. They got photographs. And he doubled back on their ass after teaching them for about a year. He went to Detroit and taught these black people, and thus you get the Nation of Islam founded on November the 22nd, 1931, which was 71 years this year. This is November the 22nd. So, he goes and starts teaching black people. These white people get pissed and say, we're going to kill this nigga. Because he double-crossed us. That he used them to fund his expedition to get over here. And taught them, and then all that he taught from white people, black people. So, when Elijah Muhammad, years later, almost 20-something years later, come up in the 1950s, he's teaching this. They know that he is the heir of the teachings of this so-called Master Muhammad. So they give him a congressional parade in Washington, D.C. In D.C. It's a family fight always going on. There's always some shit that the cracker never forget. So they give him this congressional parade. He goes to this big dinner, interesting and it's always spiritual. You know, I met a brother. I think I met a brother. When was the last time I lectured? I met a brother in South Carolina 3 weeks ago. Said he remembered the damn parade. That's the bullshit. A brother stepped up to me in South Carolina. He said, I was in D.C. when they gave the motherfucking parade. He said, I was standing right there. You see, a brother in his late 60s. He said, I remember the parade. So they give him this congressional parade. They take him to this big gala party, this ball with these crackers. You know, they wanted to be on this side, they wanted to be on Mutana. And at the end of the ball, Master Muhammad stands up and damns them all the head. And they never forgave his ass for that shit. So they say the ritual, let's just make a mass murderer out of his name. And John Muhammad, the Hebrew word for John is Elijah. The Egyptian Tahuti, because remember now, these ain't all historical people. The Egyptian Tahuti, except Elijah Muhammad, that was a historical person and stuff that they never been able to shake down. And also the Jews is behind that because they're supposed to receive the white Jews as well as the black Jews are supposed to receive an Elijah before the coming of the Messiah. They didn't receive the Elijah, so they mad. They're like, it's fake. Is it really? So it's always some stuff. Now check this out. So they never forgave him for that. Now so they go and create John Muhammad, which means Elijah Muhammad in Hebrew. Make him a mass murderer. It's a ritual. It's always a ritual the way they do stuff. See, before they could bring you an O.J. Simpson, a year before, they put out What's Love Got to Do with It. Tina Turner story. It's science. They don't still give a nigga no movie based on their plight. Hell, we in trouble every damn day. They ain't making movies about our damn trouble because a motherfucker get our ass beat. You know what I'm saying? They did that. They gave her the movie. The movie came out around the same time in 1993. A year later, they gave you the O.J. Simpson thing. The Othello. So this shit is about, it's all about a ritual. That's why they tied in O.J. Simpson. They brought that shit back up with this John Muhammad stuff. Now check this out. We should break this thing right back to the government. So we started this the last lecture, but there's some more information that came through. Now, so they give Elijah Muhammad is John Muhammad is the modern day Elijah Muhammad. It's the ritual they're doing. They're trying to destroy his name. Now I'm sure what they do. They put out the movie 1 year. They made the movie around 9/11. Let me stand still. They put Wesley in the movie. The movie don't go to the movies. Now, there's only one way the movies. The only way your movie don't go to in the theater is your star power has fallen, and they can't make money, so it goes straight to video. That's what John Claude Van Damme, his fake ass. He can't make no more movies on the big screen, so they send them right straight to video. So now, his movie, Liberty Stand Still, went straight to video in August. They made it in the spring of the year. But Wesley Snipes is still, now remember now, Wesley Snipes had one of the biggest movies of the year. It was the #1 box office movie. Blade 2 was the #1 box office movie. It made millions for 2 weekends straight. So that means he has star power that his movie could go on the heels of that. But why would it go to the video?
Right.
Store. Get what I'm coming from here? They went straight to the video store. They went to cable the same week.
Yeah.
On Showtime. Or Cinemax, one of them. I think it's Showtime or Cinemax. They showed it 4 times in August. They showed it 2 times in September. Didn't show it all in October when the damn killing started. Now, like I told you, since you turn on that, if a movie comes on that motherfucking TV, if it airs, you say, well, the next 6 months, we gonna see this shit here too much. They're gonna run it to death. You didn't want to see something new, they got the same shit on. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't show it at all. But they made the movie, had to go to Canada to make a movie about Washington, D.C. You see what I'm saying? Now, because they didn't want people saying, well, you know, Wesley made a movie about this shit last year at the same time.
Right.
But here it is. Okay, they did all this. In so many words, we know that John Muhammad was a government assassin. MK Ultra. We know that. We know that the guy in the homeless shelter said that he called the police and said, why did you call the police? He said, we thought it was very odd that a person who's supposed to be in a homeless shelter could get in a car and get on a plane and fly to the East Coast and they wanted to.
Right.
You see, to the East Coast anytime they wanted to. So there's a whole, and I still trying to figure this shit out. Now, maybe I'm crazy, but they almost got invented some new kind of niggas now. Now let's look at this scenario here. You in your fucking house, cooking some damn grits. You turn on the motherfucking TV, and your husband, your brother, or whatever, is being blamed as the sniper. And you got enough composure to get on a motherfucking plane and get dressed up to come to sit in Larry King Live on TV, clean as a motherfucker, chilling like you just got off a damn party. The same damn day they used to announce your cousin, your uncle, and all this kind of shit here, talking shit, telling all his grandma business. I think that's kind of odd.
That's right.
You cooking grits one morning, and then somebody come knocking on your door, we want you to go to goddamn D.C. from Louisiana. Get on the plane right now. You come up in there cleaning shit, hair all done and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know if the man guilty or innocent. This the same day they catch him. Am I crazy? No. I can say it for some weeks later. The same night they catch him, his family was gonna talking shit back. What kind of shit is this? It's like this whole shit is Hollywood. Some whole shit, some weird shit going on. You see what I'm saying? Let me know when raise your hand when it's over.
You got 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out now. This morning, you on the TV, and we know niggas, they turn on the damn TV now. It's your family member. The first thing you gonna go, oh Lord, oh Jesus, oh Lord, help me, Lord Jesus, Lord help me, Lord Jesus, Lord help me, Jesus, oh Lord. Especially the back. Oh Lord, she start her bleed buckle, she can't walk. Oh Lord Jesus, they got John ass on the TV set as a sniper. Oh Lord Jesus, oh Lord help me, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, help me, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, Lord. That's the first thing gonna happen. You ain't gonna be ready to jump on a motherfucking plane and go talk shit about that nigga the same night.
That's right.
Yeah, this is how one food, they had a whole goddamn table full of motherfuckers. I say, y'all might want to put some potato salad down. You just trust the white man. I mean, we ready to go. You just learned this morning that this nigga is they got him for a sniper. You looking for a white man all the last 2 weeks, all of a sudden, they're gonna name a motherfucker in your family, and you gonna have enough composure to get on a plane the same night and go over there and talk shit about that nigga. Oh, that nigga was shit. I knew something was wrong. I'm still trying to figure that out. How that happened with black people. You know, nobody said, oh, hell no, get the fuck from around my house. Because the first thing we gonna think is, motherfucker, the first thing you gonna think is, next time I'll be sitting up in the damn jail. You know that I got your brother, your cousin, the first thing you somebody knock on your door, look at, I don't wanna hear shit. I didn't do it. I damn sure ain't gonna get on the TV set the same fucking night. Because you know your ass could be sitting up in there. You see what I'm saying? Now we hear this damn dumb shit. See the mystery on this shit? Now, how much time you got?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. This is the mystery. We know that this guy was an assassin for the United States government.
Exactly.
Now, by being a public speaker, I meet all kind of people. And also having an affiliation with a numerous amount of people in the nation knew Khalid Muhammad and knew some things that happened. Come to find out, remember when Khalid got shot back here in 1994? The same guy who shot Khalid Muhammad trained John Muhammad to shoot. The same guy who shot Khalid Muhammad in 1994 was the guy who trained John Muhammad to shoot. And he was a government agent. This guy, he shot Khalid, and the damn Jews came and paid his hospital bill the same day before they even got the nigga in the bed. You see what I'm saying? You see? And they like to beat this nigga from an inch of his life, and so that nigga wasn't even crying or nothing. That nigga was just sitting there like, hey. And they was killing him, kicking him in the teeth and everything. Like he was under MK Ultra. It was a mind control. They said they beat that nigga like his grandmama stole something. You see what I'm saying? And that nigga didn't even wink. They was beating the shit out of him. He was like he was in another world. This is the same guy who trained John Muhammad. You see how the government shit is? That's the mystery to this type of shit. So now, when they say new manifesto, Southern Manifesto, time out for niggas, it's we got to do something about the nigga problem. This is what's going down. Gotta understand what's going down.
See, in a special, the day that they caught John Muhammad, they said this Pentagon flash that said John Muhammad was an expert marksman. All right, that's the day they supposed to have caught him. NBC News came on 2 weeks later, no, a week later, and said they had gone to his army unit, and they said that they don't have no history of them training him with any of their marksmen at all. This is what NBC News said. But yet, we now see that the reports are, and it was interesting because Farrakhan admitted that John Muhammad was a part of the Nation of Islam. But here it is. Now this is interesting here now, because Farrakhan admitted, so there's some shit rotten in the cotton here now. Because Farrakhan admitted that John Muhammad was in the Nation of Islam. But now we see the guy who shot Khalid, Muhammad, was the trainer that trained John Muhammad how to shoot. Khalid gets shot right after